Long time no see, hunters. Thanks for waking me up, Nidoran. I had to make a quick video about this one. There's a new feature being tested called Monster Outbreaks. It seems really similar to like the Community Day, Community Hour from Pokemon Go, but it's a system where one monster will spawn in a specific area endlessly, and the goal is to slay 100. Let's dive into the details. The first testing period is Saturday, April 26th at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and also Sunday, April 27th at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. These are your local times. And the first monster up to be slain endlessly is Black Diablos. Let's see what the Monster Hunter team has to say. Get ready for a brand new experience in Monster Hunter now, while we test a new feature called Monster Outbreaks. During a monster outbreak, a huge number of specific monsters will appear at designated outbreak points for a limited time. And for this test, the spotlight's on none other than 8-star Black Diablos. Team up with nearby hunters and aim to take down 100 monsters in under an hour. Your feedback during this test is incredibly valuable to us. Share your thoughts and experiences on the community forum or on social media. We're all ears. So that's really cool. It's good to know that it's specifically 8-star Black Diablos. So if you are new to the game, you are going to be trounced. But later on, we will find out that all of these will be group hunts, so at least there's that. But for those of us who are grinding Black Diablos or want to grind for Wyvern Gem Shards, this is amazing. The event is as follows. Target monster, Black Diablos at 8-star. Slaying goal per outbreak point is 100 monsters. Participation requirements, HR 11 or higher. To participate in monster outbreaks, the outbreak point must be within your access range. All hunts will be group hunts. The party feature cannot be used. That kind of sucks because if your local group wants to like meet up and do it, I guess you might pop in and out of your hunts, or you can like race or something, but there's no real like in-person community aspect of this, but it is good for solo hunters, which most of us are. The slay count reflects the total number of monsters slayed. I really hate that it's saying slayed. I'm gonna say slain. The slay count reflects the total number of monsters slain by all hunters at each outbreak point. Each hunt adds to the count based on the number of hunters in the group. For example, a 4-hunter group counts as 4 monsters toward the total. During the test period, only the target monster will appear at outbreak points. Even after the slaying goal is reached, you can continue hunting the target monster for the duration of the test. And anyone with hunter rank 11 or above can participate in these hunts. Cool, so you're not limited to 100, your goal is 100, but you can blow past that goal if you like. Some of you hunters I know will reach like 500 or something ridiculous. It would be interesting to meet up and just see what our total numbers are at the end of the outbreak point. And for this event, you don't have to sign up, but there actually is a way to sign up in-app. If you look at this sick new icon down in the bottom right, you'll be filled in about the monster outbreaks. What's cool is it'll have the date and time listed on the outbreak point ahead of time so you can actually plan. Thank you for allowing us to plan. And by clicking on an outbreak point, you can sign up to the roster. You don't have to sign up, you can just show up, but you'll only get the medal for doing this if you sign up. Again, we'll go over that in a little bit, but it's right here in front of me, so I wanted to tell you. And the slaying goal will be displayed right there above the monster under the HP bar, and it'll actually go down for each monster that you slay. So you'll have real-time feedback of how many your group or you are taking down. But once it's done, you can keep going like we said. Sick. So for me, I have an outbreak notice at a nearby restaurant. I know where this is, but I can't scroll up or down right now, so I can't even see the slaying goal, although I know it's 100 because of the event. But I can't, like, I can scroll, maybe it'll show me other outbreak points, but I can't like swap in between them or anything. So I'm gonna go to downtown Raleigh and see if I can find an outbreak point down there. This is not a very convenient way to do this, Monster Hunter team. I'm hoping that we could just like swap between them, like a kind of flick between a list. Okay, there's our group meetup. So this is where we normally meet up, downtown Raleigh. And I'm not seeing any outbreak points scheduled for down here. Let's slowly scroll around. Okay, another meetup, we've got hats. So probably what you're gonna have to do, hunters, is you're gonna have to physically go to wherever you want to have a scheduled outbreak and just be in that area when you click on the outbreak notice, and then it'll show you your nearest one from there. Because for me, for right now, this is the only one I'm seeing. I don't have a way to swipe, like I said, in any direction. So I click join, and then it says like, you know, your time frames, which is cool. But again, maybe like, could I choose between some other places maybe, please? Oh well, I'm not gonna join that right now because I don't want to be locked in there. So I'll test that later because I'm taking my kids to the park and see if my outbreak point changes, or if it's still trying to get me to go to that same place and it's just like that limited that there's not that many. I hope not, but that would be my recommendation. Go to where you want the outbreak point to be, and then you can click on that one. It would be nice if you could invite your friends to this, but I guess it doesn't really matter because we can't do a party for this. It's really interesting because it's like, I get that you're trying to like connect more people throughout the globe, and I think that's sick, and I applaud you for doing that, but it's interesting or weird to me that you won't let us do the party, because this seems like a perfect opportunity to be like, all right, let's see how good my squad is, like let's see how many we can take out. I guess we could just do that on a normal basis, but it's cool because it's like it's all the same monster, and so it's like, how good is your team, you know? I don't know. But for the rewards of taking out 100 monsters, you get an exclusive hunter medal that is the Outbreak Test 1 medal for signing up. You have to be signed up. If you go to the place and you don't sign up and you take out 100 monsters, you're not getting a medal. Actually, it says to receive the exclusive hunter medal, you must use the sign up roster and slay at least one target monster at the outbreak point and time that you signed up for. For more details, click on go to the community forum. So yeah, really you only got to show up and slay one monster to get the medal. I mean, cool, that's cool, but hopefully the medal will show how many you slay. That would be pretty sick. The medal will be awarded after the designated time slot ends. Yeah, hopefully that's the way it'll work, like it'll have a number like the season story ones. The exclusive hunter medal can only be earned once during this test period. And if the slaying goal is reached during the test period at an outbreak point, the following rewards will be granted: 3 Black Diablos tail cases, 3 Black Diablos ridges, 3 Black Diablos prime shells, 3 Black Diablos marrows, and 2,000 zenny. Solid rewards. No Wyvern gem shards, but if you slay over 100 Black Diablos, you're guaranteed at least like 10 of them. And then some notable notes. Rewards can be received even if they exceed your item box limit. You can claim rewards even if you're no longer near the outbreak point. Being within its access range is not required to claim rewards. Rewards can be earned each time a slaying goal is reached during a time slot. They will be distributed after that time slot ends. So that's sick. So you will only get one medal, but you can do multiple monster outbreaks throughout the day. That's really cool. Because looking at the schedule, it says that there's one from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., but then there's also one from 1500 hours to 1600 hours. So you could do both of those during that one day. So you can have up to 4 chances to grind out over 100 Black Diablos. That's pretty sick, dude. You can still receive rewards for meeting the conditions even if you didn't use the sign up roster for that specific time slot. That's why I was saying that, like, yeah, you won't get the medal, but you'll still get the rewards if you didn't sign up, but you show up and you hunt. Outbreak points. During this test, outbreak points, or areas where monsters appear in large numbers, will be marked with that special icon. If there's a nearby outbreak point, you can check it by tapping the Outbreak menu button in the bottom right corner of the main screen. In some cases, there may not be any outbreak points nearby. That's why I say go, I guess, drive around or walk around and find one, or skateboard around. It would be really cool if we could use wide mode to find the outbreak points, but actually, let me experiment really quick. Since I know where this is, I'm going to see if I click wide mode and I zoom out as much as possible and I go to that place, will the outbreak be there? Okay, so the outbreak point is there. So you can use wide mode to find it. That's pretty cool. But if I click on it, I can't do anything. So I'll still have to go nearby at least to actually sign up. But it is cool to know that you can research on wide mode first. So that's good. No need to dangerously drive around, just look for one in wide mode. Here is a park that I went to yesterday for the Easter episode, and I'm not seeing any outbreak points there. So that's good to know. That's not gonna be somewhere I can go. I can go to like a strip mall restaurant, but I can't go to a public park. Maybe think about these outbreak points a little bit more, Monster Hunter team. Let's check a different park. And this is another park that I frequent, which is huge, but no outbreak points here. So you saying I'm gonna have to just stand in front of like a strip mall? To be honest, like the place where it's trying to get me to go on the outbreak point is a little shady to stand out in front of, not gonna lie. There's no other outbreak points? I'll have to test this later and see if when I actually show up there, if it'll show me. Maybe you have to click the outbreak point icon for it to prompt an outbreak point to show up, and then you'll be able to see it on wide mode. I didn't sign up for that, so that shouldn't be the case. I don't know. But anyway, let's finish up this video. I literally just did all that in the next line, dude. While viewing the map in wide mode view, only the nearest outbreak point will be displayed. Maybe I should have read it first. Okay, so you will have to go to the place. Locations of outbreak points will remain the same for all time slots throughout the test period. You can use the sign up roster at outbreak points in advance to let others know when you plan on joining. On the outbreak notice screen, you'll also be able to see how many hunters plan to join each time slot. So this is where it's confusing to me. Like, what's the incentive to meet up in person? Just make it a fun party, but you can't make a party. So like, what's the point? Literally just hanging out and being like, hey guys, I slayed this monster. You can't see it, but I slayed it. I don't know. I guess just showing each other rewards. Like, come on, think about it a little bit. Why meet up in person when it's all virtual? Unless there's some reason or some incentive to like get together other than just like being in each other's presence while looking down at a phone. The sign up roster is available starting today, so you got it. Basically, you don't need to be within range of the access point to sign up. You may still join hunts at other points or time slots even if you didn't sign up. However, please note that the exclusive Hunter medal will only be granted to those who sign up. Any other questions? Check out the FAQ. And then there's some additional information, but it's basically saying that like sometimes the outbreak points may change during this test, and go get another one if you need to. But anyway, hunters, all the hiccups included, it's still a really cool event or new thing in the game. I really appreciate you, Monster Hunter team, for continuing to innovate and trying to find other ways for us to have like some fun things to do in the game. So this is really cool. It is exciting for me. I am hyped to go do it. So I will go out and at least do one, if not two of these. So let me know if you're planning on going. I'm sure even if you are not hyped for Black Diablos because it's been out so long, you'll still be hyped to get some Wyvern Gem shards, or at least like get all these rewards that you can sell if you want to. You know, it's still Zenny! Anyway, I have a bunch of content coming your way, so look out for that. Thank you so much to my channel members for continuing to support my channel, especially you, Superwoman, for being a G rank hunter. If you like this video, please like it. Thanks so much for watching. Happy hunting, and until next time, see you later, hunters.